Hi, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, and I'm Pashmina P. from Hasmark Publishing International. Today I'm here with Maria Steuer, and I'm here with Danielle Martins, our branding manager. Hi, Maria.
Hi, Pashmina. Hi, Danielle.
Hi, everyone.
Okay, so today we have a few questions from your audience, some readers, and some people interested in your book that's launching in November. So we're just going to do some questions and ask some questions and then see if you can answer the questions for your audience, because they'd love to hear from you. So the first question is, what does a loyalty contract mean to you? And can you explain the title of your book to your audience?
Loyalty means an inner commitment. And therefore, on one hand, a loyalty contract includes the sense of an inner obligation that every child feels towards their parents. And on the other hand, there are the demands of the parents on the child to be faithful to them. And this all matters on a subconscious level. And also subconsciously, the child desires parents who are suitable for them and who meets their needs. So each of us, including parents, have at least a blind point in one or more areas where we are not able to live our lives as we envisioned. In this regard, we allow ourselves to be guided by other forces rather than our own. Children feel this very quickly, and for them it feels like missing part of the parent's personality where they are not developed freely, or they are forbidden to develop freely. And children want complete parents. They give up this corresponding part of their personality as a gift to their parents. Then the parent would be complete and would allow them to live out every aspect of their personality. The result, unfortunately, backfires. The parent does not acknowledge the gift, does not accept it, and of course, does not return it. So both, nor the parent nor the child, are able to live out that part of their personality. This is the dilemma. And the title of the book, Breaking Your Loyalty Contract, means that you as an adult take back this part of your personality that you gave as a gift subconsciously to their parent as children and now use for yourself.
Wonderful, wonderful explanation of what the title is going to bring for your audience. And as a professional family therapist, you wrote this book for a particular audience. Which target audience did you have in mind when you wrote this book?
I was thinking about parents in the first place. Children are the only beings that can push parents to their limits. In a relationship, for example, you can backfire the moment you reach your limits. The relationships with children are a long life. And if a parent wants to end a problem, then the onus is on the parent to be responsible and grow.
And can you tell us what is the seed of inspiration for your book? Or one particular person or incident that sparked the seed of your writing?
I had my first inkling more than 30 years ago when I set up an outpatient clinic for children with asthma in a children's hospital. At that time, there were always children that could not be treated satisfactorily. The consequence was that we set up an additional psychosomatic ward where we were able to relate the illness in connection with the family dynamics. And due to this experience, then I started my therapeutic education.
And if you could sum up your message of your book in one sentence, what would that be?
Okay, a whole book in one sentence. Okay, the misbehavior of a child is an indicator for their parents to investigate their own childhood and to determine when and why their issues arose, which are reflected in their children's behavior.
Wonderful. Wow. I bet you that wasn't too easy to put everything in one sentence, but that's great. And now I want to pass it over to Danielle, our branding manager, who has some questions for you about where you see your book and its messages in the future. Danielle?
Yeah, thank you, Pashmina. Maria, as a pediatrician who has assisted thousands of children, when did you started to notice that the bad behavior of some of them was connected to the parents' childhood experiences?
First of all, I want to point out that bad behavior is in itself subjective. Surely you have already observed that the same behavior is desirable in one family and undesirable in another family.
Awesome.
The difference in attitude towards the child's behavior is due to the parents' own experiences in their own childhood.
And you told us that most of the parents of these children with problematic, quote-unquote, behavior normally deny their direct connections with their kids' behavior and choose not to address the real issue, which would be their own childhood experience. Did it motivated you to write your book in a way that you don't claim it to be a how-to? If yes, why?
Yeah, there are so many books on the market where parents can read how they can become the best parents and how they should act in dealing with their children. Although there are more and more books every year, the need of the parent has not decreased. And the content of this book tempts us to compare ourselves to others. Parents compare their own results with those that can be achieved according to the book. Then they judge themselves. So if they do not get great results, then they decide they are not good parents. In my opinion, there is no how or how to. We are all different, and there are just many different parents, each with their own way of dealing with their children. When parents know the why, then I'm sure they will be able to find their own how to.
Awesome.
Wow,
This is incredible.
I love
Yeah.
that. That is amazing.
For instance, when my son was a baby, I watched movies in the evening after putting him to bed for the night. Movies always ended 9:45 in the evening back then. Without fail, my son woke up at 9:30 and I missed the end of the movies. But I was taught to take a baby out of bed after the baby was put to bed for the night. It's not allowed. Therefore, I stayed with him, and every time I missed the ending of the movies. Rather than showing my frustration, I changed the way I handled the situation and no longer followed unproven advice. When my son started to cry, woke up, I went, took him out of bed, brought him to the living room to cuddle him. That solved both of our problems.
And how do you envision the improvement in families and society that the wisdom in your book can promote?
Yeah, I think if you all realized how much our experiences in the early years of our childhood determine how we feel and act as adults, we could give more weight to this period of development. During this time, it is decided how self-confident I will become, how self-effective, and whether my glass is half full or half empty. Together, we can ensure that every child has the experience of feeling of being welcomed, feeling unique and unconditional loved. Therefore, nobody has to take heroic measures to get a little bit attention.
Yeah, and this is so important. This is so incredible. And is there any last thoughts or advice you would like to leave our audience with, would like to share?
Yeah, I would encourage everyone to set out to look and investigate in their own family dynamic. It is worth it. It is so much fun to find your own suitable way as a parent and to feel independent of regulation, well-intentioned advice and family constraints.
Wow. Find your own solution, your own resourcefulness, right?
Yeah.
And that's universal too, isn't it? I mean, it goes for every culture.
Yeah, that is the reason why I am, as a German pediatrician and family therapist, tries to get this worldwide in my not native language in English.
And and I find it's very, very powerful because you lift off the weight over the mom's shoulders, the parents' shoulders, to try to always get them to fit in the society's checklist the way all the people have decided that it should be correct. This is what I like most about your message. This is about finding our own solutions for our lives. We know better, right?
Yeah, we know the best how to deal with our children. Yeah, and we have to reject things that were already not really good for us when we were children.
Maria, can you tell us when your book will be launched and where people can buy and where they can find you?
My book will be launching on the 11th of November, which is my 62nd birthday.
Wow.
And in 15 countries worldwide on Amazon. You can follow me on Facebook, and you can find me on my website, www.mariasteuer.com. And I would appreciate if you stay connected with me so I can share more of my knowledge and how I can help you to be able to look at your experience in your own childhood. And so thank you so much. And stay tuned for more information on breaking your loyalty contract.
Thank you so much, Maria. We can't wait to hold your book in our hands.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Pashmina. And thank you, Danielle.